The neck is glued in now. What I have to do next is to cut that part of the neck down to the level of the rest of the body. Currently where it's sitting is where the top is going to sit, and so this is going to be in the way. And the way that I'm going to do that, so the fretboard is sitting on here, and I'm going to have a damaged fretboard that is just scrap now. I'll have that sitting there so that the router can sit on those two pieces, and then I'll use this short flush trim bit to trim around the fretboard. That's how I'll remove the material that's closest to the fretboard. Then I'll have to think about coming up with a system of, well, I can move that out a little and route away most of this. I might be able to do it all that way, but if not, maybe I'll cut this old piece in half and sit that on either side and just let my router sit on those two halves and slide it around and route that away. But it shouldn't be too hard to do. Let's see how we go. Okay, let's see how this goes. I've already cut one path through from one side to the other, and it looks pretty good. I'm just going to try now trimming around just lowering this light here so I can see underneath the base. I can see where that bit is at. That looks good. Okay, and how has this fared? Actually very well. That's good. I'll go around it a couple more times just to get it all nice and clean, but I am certainly happy with the way that looks. It's pretty much flush there, but I will use my scraper just to get that nice and flush. Right, I will carry on routing here and come back in a moment. I'm done with the body for now. There was a slight flaw when I was routing the neck piece down to the level of the body, and it happened because at one point I was resting the router on that piece of wood and another piece of wood the same height, and then I changed to resting it on those pieces of wood and sliding it back and forth as I routed away that part there, but I neglected to change the depth of the bit, and those two pieces of wood aren't the same height. That was a bit daft. As soon as I realized what was happening, I corrected it, but there is a bit of damage. No trouble, I will be cutting out a pickup cavity there for the bridge pickup, and this will all be covered by the top anyway, so nobody will see that. I also routed out some channels for the wiring from where the pickups will be to where the control cavity will be, and I'll say more about that later. That is both to reduce weight and for a design feature that I'll be building into the top. And yeah, I'll discuss that later and show you what that's all about. I will make it a bit bigger, I think. That will serve both of those purposes better. Next, I'll be moving on to the top. I'm going to joint the faces there that will be glued together to make them nice and straight because it was slightly bowed before. And I will glue that together, then get it glued on to the guitar, and then get it shaped. That is my work for tomorrow.